Okay, so we've attached the Delrin bearings to the slotted angle. I actually attempted this once before, and I ran into my first issue with putting this test bed together. And that issue is the screws that come in the Vex kit. So if you look here, this is a regular screw on the right. It's the 832 screw. And then on the left is the screw that fits into the motor, okay? So you might not be aware of that as you read these instructions, as my instructions were not, it wasn't included, there were two types of screws. So just be aware of that as you go forward, and you'll be able to locate these hopefully in your kit. Okay, and you can tell because the diameter of them is smaller. Okay, so let's go ahead and get these motors on to the slotted angle here. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and put on the put the drive shaft onto the motor. We'll put the collar on the motor and a spacer, small spacer. Okay, we're going to fit that drive shaft through the Delrin bearing, and then we're going to go ahead and attach the motor onto the Delrin bearing using the longer motor screw. Okay, we're just going to get that on first. Okay, get the second screw on. Okay, and we'll go ahead and snug these up. Okay, looks like the motor screw also has uses a different size hex head. It uses the 5/64 hex head, whereas the regular screw uses the 3/32 hex head. Okay, so we have these attached. We haven't tightened up the collar yet, so let's go ahead and we're going to put that collar right up against the slotted angle there. Tighten that up. Okay, then we're going to do the second one. Okay, so now this one goes kind of the opposite direction here. I'm going to make sure we have that collar pointing up towards us, the spacer. Then we're going to go ahead and fit the drive shaft through the Delrin bearing once again. Get our screw in and into the motor, and started in the motor at least. Get our second shorter screw started in the motor. A little easy to cross thread these motor screws here. Okay, so let's go ahead and snug everything up. Okay. And we're going to go ahead and can't see this very well. I'm just tilting the collar down here just so I can make sure it's snugged up against the angle, slotted angle. Okay, and I'm going to use the 3/32 to go ahead and snug up that last bolt there, or last screw. And 3/32 to snug up. Whoop, that's not the right one. Do the collar again. Okay, and there we have it. Okay, so our motors are onto our slotted angle.